Welcome to another episode. This one has to do with our last name and the use of an accent above the I. For many years I've wondered, do we use the accent? Do we not use the accent? My goal in this video is to show you historically we are entitled to use this. We can use it or not use it, but after you see the documentation that I'm going to show you, it is evident that our ancestors used Solis in correspondence and in documents. So this video will show you that, okay? So let me start with our grandfather's baptism document. And this document shows that the accent was utilized. Let me find it here. Here it is. I'm not sure if you can see this, but let me find his. This is our grandfather Solis's certificate. There you go. There's the accent used in the last name. There it is again. Now this is from Mexico, Lampazos, Mexico, where our grandfather Solis was baptized. This is the document talking about his parents, the godparents, and the Solis last name has an accent throughout the document. So this is one, and oh Lord, let me find the date here. The date would be 53. Octubre de 1953. So this is 47 plus 25, close to 70 years old. So this is the earliest document I've been able to find out of Mexico showing the use of the accent in our last name. So let me go further. This one's going to be fun. This is a birthday card. Happy birthday card from my Solis grandparents, right? So let's take a look at the name. There's the accent. And this was sent from San Antonio. Here's the card. And this is dated July 9th, 1970. And my grandmother Solis put my initials and then my last name with an accent. And over here she writes, Tus abuelitos Francisco y Aurora. So this is her handwriting. This is my grandmother Aurora San Miguel Solis, her handwriting showing her use of the initials. So let's go down another generation. This is our grandmother, Aurora San Miguel Solis, and she was born in Candela, Mexico in 1905. Amazing picture. By the way, this is our grandfather, Francisco Solis, at the Farragut neighborhood or house that is in this portfolio. So in this one, I wanted to show you what the Abeba sent me. So it was the Abeba who sent me this family chart, and you can see right up here that even the Abeba used the accent when she wrote Aurora Solis Cázares, Beba. 8806 Flint Valley, 78227, and even in the correspondence to me, she adds the accent. Okay. This is a family tree that the Abeba also sent me. Once again, Juan Francisco Solis with the accent. And here is Aurora San Miguel Solis with the accent. So I wanted to share that with you so you can have a better understanding of should we use the accent, should we not use the accent, And it's my position that our ancestors used it in official documents, and they also used it in personal correspondence, which I would say to you, use it. Our ancestors used it. And I believe it was a way of distinguishing the name by having folks say Solís, right? That emphasis on the I. I went on YouTube, and in Colombia, in other countries, the accent is added. And when you hear the pronunciation, it's the same story, Solís. Over the years, folks have played with our names in so many different ways, Solis or whatever, right? And my position is use whatever makes you happy. That's what it comes down to. Some people can gentrify their name by saying Solis. Like I know many people who are Rodriguez will say Rodriguez, Rodriga, or they'll drop the Z and so forth. Now, in southern Spain, in Granada, they actually drop the S. So, Solís would be Soli. Soli. They don't use the S. Gracias, gracias. And that really blew me away when I visited and lived in Granada back in 1993, not using the S. So, this is a little lesson for you that pertains to your own legal name, if Solis is in your legal name, or if it once was in your legal name and you no longer use it. This is a piece of information for you to know, but I think it's a good piece of information because it goes back to us determining whether we want to continue these traditions from 1953 in 2025. And I find myself signing my name and adding the accent, but I'm not quite there in terms of typing it out. In fact, I don't even know. I got to figure out how to type it out and how to add the accent. Such a basic thing, right? But I don't even know how to do that. I have mixed feelings about using it in legal documents and so forth, because if it's going to add confusion to other people, well, I didn't have the accent. Is this going to create an issue on the banking side? Is it going to create an issue over here, over there? So I'm not quite there yet in terms of typing it out and adding the accent. But maybe that might change. I don't know. I'm all about simplifying life, but I now know that, and whenever I sign my name, I'm going to add the accent because it's personal to me. It's something that our ancestors used, our tias used, and our uncles used. Well, I don't know if all the uncles used it. I know that Tia Beb was very old school about this kind of stuff. She really was into tradition, and she really was into carrying those practices forward. And once again, this is our challenge, and this is our opportunity. Do you want to carry it on in your own way? If you do, adelante. If you don't, no big deal. But I thought I would address this issue because it's an interesting one, and it's one that makes you ponder, is it relevant in 2025? And I think it is relevant. I think it's relevant because, as I stated in my last video, we can trace our name back to the Roman days. It's a Latin name. It's not a Mexican name. It's not a Spanish name. It's not a South American name. It's a Latin name that goes back to the Roman Empire. So the accent is really adding a Latino flair to a Latin name. And when I say a Latino, I'm talking about a Spanish flair. So you have a Latin Roman name given a Spanish accent, which was brought over to the New World. And that is our connection to Mexico and to Spain, is that accent, which I think is kind of cool, right? It's different. So thank you for listening. And once again, going back to that sheet of paper. Oh, where is it? See, this is a really low budget operation here. I clearly don't have staff here. So in summary, you now have the right to add an accent to your last name if you are interested in doing it. Why? Because our ancestor did it. Thank you. Ciao.